All right, good evening, everybody. So I teach 7th and 8th grade, so I talk very, very fast. I apologize. That's just the way I am. If you know Dave, Dave really likes to do this, but he and I had to do a little arm wrestling. I won, so I get to do the speech. Oscar was the teacher that got me started at Cromwell, so I wanted to take this opportunity to introduce him as our inductee. So good evening, everyone. I have the distinct honor tonight of introducing a new member of the Pro League Hall of Fame, Oscar Eliason. Oscar was one of the founders of our Cromwell Wright sports programs, and I want to share a little peek at the life that he's gone through to get to where he is, and get us where we are. I have to share also my first day of teaching. Still wet, young guy, standing, trying to get his room set up, walks in my classroom, looks at me and says, "My beard is older than you." Terrified. And basically became my mentor, so I have to share that. It's a fun story. Oscar was born in 1939 to a small farm in Saginaw, Minnesota. He grew up on that farm, going to school in Brookston, participating in 4-H farming and showing sheep at the county fair. Oscar graduated from Brookston in 1957, along with 12 other classmates. His dad worked for the railroad at the time, and he suggested to Oscar that he become a telegrapher. Oscar took the courses and got lined up, getting ready to do this, but then the steel strike hit in 1958, shutting down steel mills and the railroads. In September that year, 1958, Oscar was enrolled at UMD to study to be a science teacher. Now during this time, there was a special lady that held Oscar's heart. Oscar met this special someone playing saxophone in the combined Alcorn and Brookston High School band, who just happened to be part of 4-H and also showed sheep. Oscar would go on to marry Carol in 1960. Their family would grow, and they would add to their family 3 boys, Greg, Paul, and Scott, and daughter Wendy. During school, he would do various jobs, from leaf aid for the railroad to stocking shelves and packing groceries at the Red Owl in Duluth on 27th Avenue West. In 1962, Oscar would graduate from UMD and find his way to Cromwell as a science teacher. There he would teach 7th, 8th, 9th grade science, biology, chemistry, physics for $4,100 a year. Now, Cromwell at this time started this policy of hiring not just teachers, but coaches. You didn't get in the door if you couldn't coach. Oscar would also be assigned assistant football, assistant basketball, head baseball, and student council. In 1962, that made his salary a whopping $4,800. Yeah, teaching. Oscar left Cromwell to take a natural science grant for a year's worth of classes down at the Maine University in 1967. Year I was born. The following year, the replacement teacher at Cromwell had moved on, and Oscar was able to actually get his job and the home back that was right across from the school. In 1973, he and Carol purchased their current farm to get back to their common roots, farming, raising sheep, along with teaching. From 1970 to 1982, Oscar would teach science classes, coach junior high boys basketball, and even drive a school bus. In 1982, Oscar was able to earn his coaching certificate, having his EMT training and taking 2 courses at UMD. With that, he took over the girls basketball program with June Coleman, the matriarch of Cromwell sports. That year, the team only lost 2 games, the Pro League Conference and the district game, both to Esco. In 1983, they would lose only 3 games, again the Pro League in the district, but momentum was building. In 1985, they lost 5 games, but won the Pro League Conference, but lost the district. Peak would come in 1986 when Oscar would guide the girls to a Pro League championship, a 3 overtime victory against another strong Esco team. A victory in the newly named regions where Cromwell would have to deal with strong Nashwaukee-Waughton and Evelyn-Gilbert teams during a trip to the state championship for the first time. Now I have to share that in 1985 and 1986, I didn't know this, but state had put into place a no foul rule. Instead, if your person got more than 5 fouls or 7, I can't remember, the enemy team would get 2 shots and get the ball back. Oscar said at the time, free throw shooting wasn't that good, so he wasn't worried about it. He was able to keep the strong players in the game, and that led to some great successes. Oscar and June had taken a group of young ladies and turned them into a powerful team that would graduate and want to make their own stories. Oscar continued coaching, would become athletic director into the 90s. In the end, Oscar would finally retire in 1996, using the Rule 90 to say goodbye to his teaching and coaching career, and return to full-time farming and full-time superfan for Cromwell Wright Sports. Thank you, Oscar, for all that you've done to, the hard work and dedication to make our athletes as good as they are, and helping make our Pro League the great sports organization it is. It is with great honor and pleasure I'm able to introduce Oscar to the Pro League Hall of Fame.
You want to? I guess.
Thank you very much, Pete. Yeah, the decades go by, holy smokers. I want to, first of all, introduce the most important. Excuse me. The most important people in my life. My wife, Carol. Our oldest son, Greg, and his wife, Christy, who live next door to us. Our middle son, Paul, and his daughter, Anita, who live in Chaska. They are here. And our youngest son, Scott, and his wife, Carol. I don't know if they got here yet, but they also live in Chaska. Our only daughter, Wendy, passed away March 2nd, 2 years ago. These are people that I'm extremely proud of, and they have been very important in my life. We also have 9 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren, all of whom, again, we're very proud of. I retired, as Pete mentioned, in 1996, and then had an opportunity to have some more free time, and thus were able to watch our grandkids in Chaska at all their events and ball games. The same is true for our grandkids in Cromwell, where we attended probably all of their events and ball games. The last 2 years, our youngest son grandson Nathan had graduated, so I don't like driving at night, so I only get to go to school for the home games, which is a half mile away. By now the car goes away, so anyways, I get to watch probably the 3rd generation of kids. It's been quite an adventure, and to be honest, like the saying goes, life is what happens after you make plans. I never, while going to school, to college, I never once thought about coaching, to be honest. I played ball in high school and a little intramural ball at UMD, but between school and working and whatnot, there wasn't much time for that either. When I got hired at Cromwell to teach the various subjects that Pete mentioned, the superintendent said, "Well, I see you play ball in high school. Would you be interested in coaching?" Well, sure. I made $700 more by coaching, so okay. It's been quite an adventure. Teaching various classes. In those days, actually, I didn't have any guidelines for curriculum. I just did what I thought necessary or important. One of the first things I did with kids when they came to the beginning of the school year was show them the correct use of a Bunsen burner. Gave them a 3-foot piece of glass tubing, showed them how to correctly break it with a triangular file and fire polish it, and they ended up doing whatever they wanted with it. They came up with some fantastic designs sometimes. things that in my coaching and teaching career, and also with coaching. I had some different ideas, which, for example, in those days, it was very popular to have 3-day holiday tournament over the Christmas vacation. I didn't agree with that because I thought kids should be spending time with families and enjoying the holidays. So the second year I coached, I set up a 4-team holiday tournament from Friday night to Saturday, and had local teams. Pine City came almost every year. Isle came up for a few years, and after the Saturday night games, I told the kids, so Merry Christmas, we'll see you after school starts again, have a good vacation. Another thing that I didn't necessarily agree with, and I know times were different then, but 5-on-5 leagues were popular, but you could only have 3 members of the same school on the team. So sometimes these 3 kids would get paired with some other kids and very seldom saw the ball. I didn't think that was right. So I set up a 3-on-3 league at Cromwell with our kids, girls and boys, in various schools. We met twice a week, dropped the side baskets, dropped the center curtain, put 20 minutes on the clock, gave them the ball, and there you go. I think they had a good time, no reffing, they reffed themselves, never had an incident, and I think the kids enjoyed it. Through the years, obviously you met lots of folks, lots of friends, past and present students, past and present athletes, from other schools, not just our own, teachers, coaches, referees, fans from all over, athletic directors. I was AD my last 9 years of teaching. Lots of friendships, which I really enjoy, and it's just continued through the years. And I'm just so appreciative of all the friendships that have evolved. As Pete mentioned, I retired in 96 with a rule of 90, which some of you younger teachers wish we still had, I suppose. But anyways, I was able to do it. And as Pete mentioned, we have a 40-acre farm just half a mile from the school. We raised various animals. Our kids grew up doing the farm chores. And we ended up showing primarily sheep at the county fair in Barnum, where we met another group of families, like the Duzlers, Penafrogs, Hutchins, Rascal, Newmans, just a whole another group of folks. And as time went on, I developed different breeds of sheep. And one time a fellow from Bemidji called me and said, I see you raise North Country Chariots. And I don't know if that means anything to anybody, but so he wanted to buy some. Well, yeah, that's fine. So got a friend in Bemidji. I bought them from a farmer, Monkowitz, down in Isle. I had a shearer from Askove by the name of Tegestrom. I mean, it's just an increasingly large number of friends that have developed through the years. One of the nicest things that ever happened happened or was said to me was when we went to state in 1986, we had a late game at Minneapolis Auditorium, got back to the hotel late, kids were all excited, obviously didn't sleep well. We had an early morning consolation game the next morning, and didn't play well, obviously. But anyways, after the game, I was down outside the locker room, and the coach from Biwabik, who had won the region the year before, came down and he said, "How you doing?" And I said, "Well, not real great right now." He said, "Yeah, but remember how you felt a week ago." I really appreciate that comment. And all the friendships that have developed through the years make it very special. And like I said at the beginning, life is what happens after you make plans. Is to get into coaching, open many, many new doors for me and for my family, and to be here today after 6 decades is unbelievable, and whoever is responsible for this, I want you to know that I appreciate it tremendously. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Oscar. Well deserved. I've known Oscar for quite a while. Like you said, our family's shown sheep together, and it's great guy. I always look forward to going to the Cromwell gym. First thing I'd start to seek out is where's Oscar sitting at, because I know he's going to be there, and go track him down. And I can care less while watching the game. I just want to sit and talk to Oscar. Great guy. So, our next one.